Welcome back to Ellen versus the World. We are back in studio with Stanley Pominowski and Nathan Nazario. So, what can we expect, or what can you expect when they meet the Hansons?
I think one thing for me that's really important to point out is that the Hansons are a regular family. And they're a family that's trying to navigate their faith in a world that's very divisive, very distracted, and just struggling to keep it together. They are an imperfect family in an imperfect world. And so, because of that, we know that there are going to be a lot of families and viewers that can identify with that. This is not about a perfect family living behind a white picket fence. This is about, a family that is really focused on staying together, supporting one another, but also, just like any other family, they're individuals and they have all their quirks and they're peculiar. But we believe that people are going to really identify with this family and with their faith journey as well.
Ultimately, they're good people, but things happen. Is the biggest thing. Mistakes happen, they make mistakes, and we aren't making this show to be like, these are the perfect Adventist people that we all need to mimic and copy. We're making this as honest as we possibly can within a comedy as well. There are some exaggerations because that's what comedy is, but we wanted to make this something more relatable, something more watchable, and there will be drama despite the fact that it's a comedy. So things driving it forward.
Well, and we know that that's true. We know that as you guys are taking a look at this, and if you've maybe seen the trailer, if you haven't, right here on the Ellen versus the World Facebook page, it's on YouTube, the website, ellenversustheworld.com. You can watch the trailer, and already on social media, it's been creating a buzz. And we've had questions. We've had concerns. We've had comments saying, well, maybe we're making fun of Adventists, or maybe we don't take Adventist beliefs seriously enough, or maybe, I think what people are trying to find out is, who is the team behind Ellen versus the World, and what is the intent of what this show is about? And I think you just explained part of it, but what do we say to people who are immediately going to say, oh man, Christian, TV show, comedy, this just might not be for me because I don't know if I can handle people making light of or exaggerations, as you said, of things that I hold super dear and super close. What's our response to that?
Well, I think for us, I think it's fair to say that we hold those things dear as well. And we love our Adventist faith and we love the church. And we also love our youth. And the youth are basically the primary audience for this. We try to make this as relevant and as contemporary as we possibly could. But we all know that as for youth have questions about why we do things, why we have certain traditions or practices, and they even perhaps don't even have a full understanding of what the 28 fundamental beliefs are.
Yeah.
And so it's our duty as parents, as educators, as pastors, as lay leaders, and as a community to help steer them through that. And for us, we know that by putting those characters on screen, that this is going to give them an opportunity to take a look at this and some of the issues that are brought up in the show, and be able to sit down with their not just their peers, but with adults to talk about these issues. I'm going to just give you a quick case in point. When we were doing the film Old Fashioned was a film that was really about navigating your faith in a hypersexual world and what that's like. And one of the amazing opportunities that came out of that was we were able to do screenings of the film and then sessions afterwards where we had both youth and adults too, to talk about what it's like to navigate your faith in relationships. And I was absolutely astounded with the level of conversation and openness that started. Yeah, it was a little awkward at first, I'm not gonna lie. However, once people opened up on both sides, it just really turned into a beautiful conversation. And I know that the Lord was working in those rooms and in those sessions to get people to open up, to support one another, to provide counsel, direction, and to develop friendships. So that's the kind of dynamic that we're looking for with Ellen versus the world.
And we haven't come to tear down Adventism. There may be jokes that someone may feel a little bit sensitive about that may come out. But we aren't here to destroy Adventism. We are really here to make people think about why they believe the things that they believe. And there might be some cultural things that maybe aren't as important in the terms of salvation. And those might be things that they may come to that conclusion. They may come to conclusions that we haven't even planned. And that is actually, and as long as it's a positive one, that's a beautiful thing.
We trust the Lord's working in that
That's
that
right.
person's heart too.
Sure.
So I think that's it for this one, right?
Sounds like a wrap,
Sure,
Randy.
sounds like a wrap.
All right, that's a wrap. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
I can feel at home in this world.